The design process is used in many areas of graphic design. It is something that you see the result of every day. It's used to properly create something that appeals to its audience and communicates its message clearly. Today, you will learn how to use the design process to thoroughly design, especially when working back and forth with a client. In this example, I will be walking through the design process by designing a nameplate for a criminal law firm monthly newsletter. So, the first step in the design process is research. As a designer, you don't exactly identify with lawyers, so in order to appeal to them at the level of their profession so you can communicate clearly, you will need to research your audience. Aside from the audience, you should research examples of criminal law firm newsletters so that you can become inspired, and from there you can put your own creative twist on what you've been inspired by, but also have a level of understanding of what people expect. This is an example research page that I created for a criminal law firm nameplate. It includes a paragraph about the audience and what they expect. It includes things about types of fonts that should be used and different colors that should be used, and it also includes ideas that you come up with as the designer. Then you add links to things that will help you, like how-tos and other ideas, and also examples of what a nameplate of a newsletter looks like. In the second step of this design process, you create thumbnails based off of the research that you've done. Thumbnails are small sketches that help you begin to see the placement and design ideas, which ones look best for the nameplate you're designing. These can be done with a client so they can see what your ideas are, or they can input what their ideas are. So most designers create 10 to 20 thumbnails, and this is an example of the thumbnails. They're roughly like an inch by like 3 inches. The third step in the design process is rough drafts. The rough drafts are still sketches, but they are the actual size of what you will be designing. So in this case, they are 8.5 by 2 inches, which is roughly the size of a nameplate for a newsletter. And these are based off the thumbnails you have done. You choose the best ones, and then you design the rough drafts according to the thumbnails. So you can also work with a client with these to see which they prefer. And with the thumbnails, what differs the rough drafts from the thumbnails is you adding more details, more font ideas, and colors if you prefer. So the fourth and final step is to create the composition of the product that you're designing, which is the final product based off of the rough drafts. So this step is usually done on the computer, and it shouldn't take that long because all the details and all of the designing things have already been decided upon because of the other design process that you have already gone through, the other steps. So once you have finished, you'll send your composition to your client for approval, and then it'll go off to be printed or digitally added to the newsletter. So the design process includes these 4 steps. First research, then thumbnail sketches, then rough draft sketches, and then your final composition. It is necessary for most graphic designers, and indeed it's very helpful to smooth out the struggle of designing the design process. So